Hello dear students, welcome back to a new channel. Students, have you ever wondered how the earth shakes during an earthquake? Or what causes huge waves called tsunamis in the ocean? And why some parts of the world always face more earthquake as compared to the other parts? So in today's episode, we are going to discuss all that, okay? Because recently something massive happened on Earth's far eastern edge in a place called Kamchatka in Russia. Kamchatka Peninsula in Russia. Okay, so on July 30th, what happened? Uh, Kamchatka experienced one of the what you can call it as the strongest earthquake in recent history. Okay, it has uh, magnitude of 8.8. So it caused big waves, it triggered even tsunami and shook not just Russia but also some parts of Japan. Okay, now students, let's just understand about it. Uh, where is Kamchatka? Kamchatka is, student, it's a peninsula. Now you're going to tell me in the comments below what do you mean by a peninsula? Again, a geographical term, right? So this Kamchatka Peninsula, as you can see here, it's a narrow stretch of land, and it's in uh, as you can see here, this is Russia, so it is located in the far eastern corner, thousands of kilometers away from big cities like Moscow. मॉस्को तो बहुत अलग है, वहां से बहुत दूर है ये, ठीक है. Now if you look at this map, you will see on the Pacific Ocean it is located, and it is also closer to Japan, right? देखो ये जापान से ज्यादा क्लोजर है एज कम्पेयर टू द मोस्ट ऑफ द पार्ट्स ऑफ रशिया. रशिया से तो बहुत दूर है, जो कुछ उसके रशिया के पार्ट्स उससे बहुत ज्यादा दूर है, राइट? अब जापान से देखो उसकी प्रॉक्सिमिटी, राइट? And Kamchatka, students, Kamchatka is full of volcanoes, mountains, and hot springs, and it is one of the Earth's most geologically active. Geologically, okay, geologically active, but it is also very quiet in terms of uh, people. Only few people live there, and see, density क्या है इसकी? Density is around 0.6 persons per square kilometer. 0.6. 0.6 persons per square kilometer. तो मतलब आप इसको ऐसे समझ सकते हो कि बेसिकली कि one person is there in an area the size of your school playground. Okay, सिर्फ only one person. So when this powerful 8.8 magnitude, 8.8 earthquake hit Kamchatka, thankfully not many people were hurt because it's actually not very populated. Okay, so जो quake था, earthquake था, it was quite powerful enough to cause waves, and these waves were of height and it reached 3 to 4 meters. 3 to 4 meters, matlab that's taller than a double decker bus. So these waves, it traveled far and wide, and it caused flooding in low lying areas. जैसे हवाई हो गया, हवाई में भी पहुंचा है, बताओ. और even जापान में, तो आप सोच सकते हो, you can look at the intensity, right? Now what is an earthquake, especially for younger students? What is an earthquake? So you see, ये हमने geography में भी पढ़ा है. Earth is like a giant puzzle. It is made up of jigsaw pieces. ऐसे imagine करो, जैसे jigsaw pieces होते हैं ना, तो वैसे ही earth, it is composed of, it is made up of giant puzzle. Okay, giant puzzle of jigsaw pieces है. Now these giant puzzle pieces are called tectonic plates. Okay, they are called tectonic plates, right? And they are basically what they are, students. They are basically huge slabs of rock, and these slabs of rock, imagine them floating on the hot melted layer underneath the earth's crust. So you can imagine that there are strong slabs of rock, and floating they are floating over the magma. Now these plates, they are always moving. Okay, so they are always moving very slowly, and sometimes they just a few centimeters per year. But when two plates they collide, or when they rub or slide under one another, energy gets trapped. ओके, तो आप इमेजिन कर सकते हो कि देखो, रॉक स्लैब्स है और वो मोल्टन लावा के ऊपर फ्लोट कर रहे हैं। तो अब ये जो जो ये स्लैब्स हैं, ये कहीं ना कहीं एक टाइम पर ऐसा भी आएगा कि when they'll be colliding, right? When these plates, when they slide under one another, then what will happen? Energy will get trapped. So eventually that energy will release, okay, through a fissure. It will release wherever it will find an escape. And when this energy releases suddenly, boom, earth shakes, and that's what we call an earthquake. So जहां पे एनर्जी रिलीज होती है उसको क्या कहा जाता है? earthquake. Now students, the point, let's say this is the earth. Okay, now the point deep underground where this energy is released, as you can see here, जैसे ये crust है, outer surface है, and this is underground. So the point where this energy is released, okay, where this energy is released, it's called focus. It's called focus. And the point directly above the focus, the point directly above on it, on the surface, it is called epicenter. Epicenter. Okay, so ये focus है, and this is the point directly above the focus, directly above it on the surface, is called epicenter. Although sometimes you might have heard in the news channel, इसी point को ही focus भी बोल देते हैं. No, focus ये नहीं है. focus underground है. underground में जहां पर एनर्जी रिलीज हुआ है, अब उससे डायरेक्ट जो लाइन है, डायरेक्ट जो पॉइंट है अबव इट, अबव द फोकस ऑन द अर्थ सरफेस, अर्थ के सरफेस पे, उस पॉइंट को कहते हैं एपिसेंटर. ठीक है, तो जो फोकस होता है वो अंडरग्राउंड होता है. नाउ द स्ट्रेंथ ऑफ द अर्थक्वेक, स्टूडेंट्स, इट इज मेजर्ड ऑन अ स्केल कॉल्ड रिक्टर स्केल. रिक्टर स्केल, ठीक है, रिक्टर स्केल पे हम मेजर करते हैं इसको. एंड 4, जैसे हर एक को हम कुछ भी हमें मेजर करना है, सो वी नीड टू हैव अ क्राइटेरिया फॉर दैट, राइट? तो अब जैसे अ, हर चीज के लिए स्केल होता है. जैसे लाइन, अगर वी वांट टू मेजर लाइन, देन वी हैव अ स्केल, है ना? एंड इफ वी वांट टू मेजर प्रेशर, for that we also have another instrument. We also have instruments to measure speed, current. So similarly, to measure to measure the strength of the earthquake, it is done on a scale called Richter scale. Okay, so a 4 or 5, 4 or 5, 4 या 5 होगा ना Richter scale पे, तो it's considered as a mild earthquake. 7 is a strong earthquake, and anything above 8.5, anything above 8.5 is massive. अब कमचाट का क्वेक, उसका क्या था? 8.8. right? So that's why it made global headlines. Now, why this earthquake happened in first place? See, that's where Ring of Fire comes in. Ring of Fire is, of course, not just made of fire, but it is definitely something you need to know. Yes, as you can see here. See, horseshoe. It's a horseshoe shaped zone around this Pacific Ocean. And here there are many volcanoes and earthquakes located in this zone. यहाँ पे ना बहुत सारे volcanoes हैं and points of earthquakes are also located. So as you can see from this map only that it includes countries like Japan हो गया, Indonesia, Philippines, even west coast of US, Chile, Peru, and yes, Russia's Kamchatka Peninsula. In fact, students, 80% of the world's biggest earthquakes happen in the Ring of Fire only. 80%, मतलब आप ये देखो कि 10 में से जो 8 earthquake है वो इसी एरिया में हो रहे हैं. Why? Because this is where the several tectonic plates either they are colliding or sliding under each other. Okay, in this region only. यहाँ ही पे बहुत सारी जो plates है either they are colliding with each other, okay, in this region only, or they are sliding under each other. Okay, so you can say that in this region there are many plate boundaries are located. So when plates they slide under each other, this process is called subduction, and it happens deep under the ocean or even Earth's surface. So one plate goes under another, and this build up huge pressure. So when the pressure becomes too much, it releases all at once, and this causes massive earthquake. ठीक है? So earthquake, students, in the ocean, when these plates they are located in the ocean, so and when the earthquake is happening in the ocean, it can lead to something even more dangerous. It can lead to tsunami. So tsunami is not just a big wave, it's a series of waves. Okay, tsunami, हम लोग कहते हैं कि tsunami एक तरीके से earthquake है. No, it's not an earthquake. It's a series of waves caused when the ocean floor suddenly moves up or down. So अब ocean floor move कर रहा हो तो उसके चलते क्या होगा? It also pushes water with it. So when the Kamchatka quake hit, it disturbed the ocean floor जो उसके आसपास था, and this triggered even tsunami. So waves as high as 4 meters were reported in nearby coastal areas. Luckily, students, alerts were issued early, and people in vulnerable areas they were moved to safer ground. So this is why earthquake warning systems and tsunami alert systems are so important. All right. Now, अब देखो यहाँ पे ना एक टेबल भी मेंशन है जहाँ पे लिखा हुआ है कि सबसे ज्यादा मेजर अर्थक्वेक कब कब आए थे, राइट? सो यू कैन सी है देख March 11. You don't need to remember it, बस I'm just telling you कि कौन कौन से डेंजरस थे और उनका मैग्नीट्यूड क्या था. जापान को का जब आया था 2011 में, थर्ड मैग्नीट्यूड ऑफ 9.1, and it led to tsunami, a natural disaster at Fukushima. ओके, फिर ये देखो 2010 में भी आया था, एंड 12 में ये इस और मोस्टली जो सारे एरियाज हैं ये देखो यू कैन सी हियर ऑल दीज आर लोकेटेड पैसिफिक रिंग ऑफ फायर ओनली, right? And these mega earthquakes they often hit countries and they lie on the tectonic plate boundaries. The tectonic plate boundaries है उसके ऊपर ही हैं. So that's why scientists they often they have to keep a close watch on these regions. All right. Now what other regions are earthquake prone? See, Pacific Ring of Fire तो है ही. Ring of Fire तो है ही. Apart from this, Himalayan belt. Himalayan belt, we have covered this in the mentorship session. Himalayan belt, where basically Indian plate is pushing against the Eurasian plate. So this caused the 2015 Nepal earthquake, and it killed over 15,000 people. So this is again uh, major earthquake zone area. All right. Then there is also mid-Atlantic range and alpine belt. So yes, earthquakes are happening all around the world, but their effects, their effects depend on where they happen, how deep they are, and how many people live nearby. तो कमचाटका में देखो ये तो चीज थी कि बिकॉज एरिया इज वेरी स्पार्सली पॉपुलेटेड, सो इतना ज्यादा कैजुअलिटी नहीं देखने को मिली. And emergency services, it responded quickly. Early warnings and tsunami alerts were also issued. So this shows the importance of disaster preparedness. And countries with early warning systems, when they are having trained teams, strong infrastructure, it can save thousands of lives. See, students, क्योंकि देखो natural disaster, it cannot be stopped. Natural disaster को थोड़ी ना रोक सकते हैं, but by understanding them, we by like why they are happening, we can stay alert, we can stay informed, and we can stay safe. जहां पर आपको पता होगा कि वहां पे सेंसिटिव एरिया है, अर्ली वार्निंग सिस्टम के थ्रू इशू कर लेंगे तो उससे क्या होगा, कैजुअलिटी कम होंगे, है ना. तो नेचुरल डिजास्टर को तो नहीं रोका जा सकता है, बट इफ वी आर अंडरस्टैंडिंग देन वी कैन स्टे अलर्ट. So that's all for today, students. And if you like this episode, don't forget to share it with your friends. And let's keep learning about, our amazing and powerful planet. So stay curious, stay safe, and until next time, keep your feet on the ground and, your mind in the sky. Bye bye.